What's good, family? What's good? Hope everybody has a good ending to their week, having a good ending to their week, and ready for whatever the weekend brings. But check this out. My name is TC, and this is the IOBA channel. Um, if you're new here, and this is your first time checking me out, I talk about all kinds of things. I talk about news and politics. Every once in a while, I jump over into sports. I talk about a little bit about man woman relationships and how you can navigate yourself through this life. I mean, because at my age, I've gathered a lot of experience on a lot of different things. I worked at a lot of different places, and I've seen a lot of things go down. And I like to bring people information in an everyday man kind of way, in a plain, simple kind of way. I lean way to the left um, in my politics. I'm telling you right now, and I am definitely, absolutely, without question, pro-black. So you're gonna hear some of that if you check out my stuff. But what I want to talk about now today is um, reparations. I mean, I'm gonna get right to it. Reparations. I heard Dr. Phil the other day on a video talking about how reparations would be a really, really bad idea, and if you give poor people money in 6 to 8 months, the rich people will have it all back. Things of that nature. He was saying shit like that when it came to reparations for black people whose lineage goes back to slavery, like mine does. And him, along with a lot of other people, are coming out and saying that cash reparations is a bad idea, but they're not giving any solid any solid reasons for it. They just bringing out old racial motherfucking tropes that been shot down and debunked over and over again. And they also showing the level of their racism. They showing the true nature and level of their racism. When you say some shit like, if you give a bunch of black people money, they're just gonna blow it all on XYZ, blah blah blah, and the rich people will have it all back because black people too dumb to handle money. Black people are too motherfucking ignorant to do investments and buy real estate and build wealth. Black people are just too stupid to do that kind of shit. So if you give them any money, they just gonna blow it all, and they're gonna be right back where they started from. That is a racist motherfucking notion if ever I heard one. Anybody, black or white, who says that shit is toting around a real motherfucking hatred and misconception and racist notion about black people. Anybody who walk around thinking that shit. At what point does your skin tone and your motherfucking intelligence start to motherfucking shift? I just wonder. At what point does your motherfucking intelligence level shift in regard to your complexion? I'm wondering that. But anyway, Dr. Phil came out and said that shit. And then I've heard several other people come out and say that cash reparations for slavery would be a bad idea because niggas don't know how to handle money. I heard a lot of people say that. That shit is racist. Can't they understand how fucked up a statement that is? But I'm going to look at it from another way. If they really believe that, if the United States gave the descendants of slavery, $20 trillion, they should be happy about that if they really believe what they want to believe, because the 20 trillion going to wind up back in their hands anyway, isn't it? I mean, if you go with their line of thinking. Black people just gonna blow it all. Who they gonna blow it with? White people. So y'all will get your money back, right? So yeah. Because they don't really believe that shit. They really know how motherfucking racist that motherfucking statement is. But they say it anyway. They say it anyway. It's like you work a job and at the end of the motherfucking week or the end of the pay period, your boss says to you, well, I know I owe you 2 weeks pay, but I'm not going to pay you because I believe that you just going to blow the money on stupid shit. So I'm just going to not pay you for the work that you already did or for the work that your ancestors did or for all the discrimination and redlining and Jim Crow that we did and all the legislation, the racist legislation that we wrote and passed and signed into law. I'm not going to pay you for any of that shit. Oh, I know I owe it to you, but if I give you money, you just going to blow it. You so ignorant, you just going to blow it all. That's how these motherfuckers sound talking to black people about reparations. Let me put myself on the record and say this, motherfucker. I don't want any motherfucking student loan forgiveness because I'm not a student. Right? I'm not a veteran. I already got some property. What else? I don't need to buy another house. Well, I don't need any of the motherfucking programs that they trying to push and call it reparations. I don't need any of the programs. I don't need them. And there's millions of people just like me who don't need them. We ain't trying to go back to fucking school. But you still owe us the money. We ain't trying to go. We don't need student loan forgiveness. We're not students. But you still owe us the money. Forget about giving money to HBCUs and calling it reparations. That don't pay me off. Forget about giving motherfucking money to HBCUs. That don't pay me and my family off. Because you owe us too. Stop beating around the fucking bush and get with the program. And for all of these coons who get in front of the TV or in the front of a camera and say that black people don't want cash reparations, usually them people been caked off to a degree the way they'll say that shit. Usually they've been paid in such a way to where they'll come out their mouth and say some shit like, well, as a black person, I don't think cash reparations is a good idea. They paid me $500,000 and I'm rich enough, I know they couldn't buy me off of that. Check that. They couldn't buy me off of that $500,000 to get out there and say that cash payouts is a bad idea. No, they couldn't pay me $500K and make me say that. Nope. Because I have the courage of my convictions. And they owe me more than $500,000. And motherfuckers who, you and your family, the motherfuckers who get in front of the camera and say that they already been paid, they already squared away, they don't need anything, they don't need any money, and they want to maintain their status within the dominant society. And they want to keep that lower class where it's at, and they don't want to be a part of it. So they say no. Because you give somebody with some sense, and believe me, most of us got plenty sense, our money, we gonna quit our little fucking our job, and we gonna start our own business. And no, I don't want a fucking business loan either. No, that won't cut it. Give me my money. Give it to me. A loan means I'm paying you, and it's just a giveaway to the loan companies. No. So no, I don't need a low interest loan. Give me my money. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to go to work for myself, and I'm going to build wealth that way. And I know millions of people like me. Motherfucker, didn't you see the Million Man March? I know that was a long time ago, but you know we out there. We ain't went no motherfucking where. Give us our reparations money. That will level the playing field. And we already know motherfuckers can't function on a level playing field. We already know the powers that be cannot function on a level playing field. That's why they have to keep it like it is. With that permanent underclass who they hope and pray stays as black people, as black Americans, as the former slaves. Another thing that get me is when motherfuckers come from other countries and want to jump in the reparations conversation. Motherfuckers come from immigrants, first or second generation immigrants come here, and they want to have a fucking opinion on our money. They want to pocket watch black Americans. Why? Because they feel in their mind that they're a step above us, and they want us to stay down there. They come here not knowing shit about the real black American experience. I mean, guys, dark-skinned people come from India, and they come from Africa, and they come from the Caribbean, and they come from here, and they come from there. And all that they have is a cursory education about black American history. But they don't know how low motherfuckers sunk in this country, how nasty and devious the white power structure is in this company, until some of them get here and experience it. Because when they get here, they got this attitude that they better than black Americans. And they always, siding with the white folks and their opinions on when something happens to black Americans, because they don't know. And then they start talking about our reparations and how we don't need it and what we going to do if you give us money. What we going to do. The truth of the matter is they're afraid of what we might do if they give us some money. That's probably what it is. They're probably afraid of what we might do if they gave us some goddamn money. Because I already told you what happens. We start businesses. We start building little black townships. The way the mindset is now in black America, in real black Americans, we want to get the fuck away from y'all. Give us our money and we'll do that. We want to get the fuck away from y'all. Give us our money and we'll do that. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to quit. Black people from other parts of the world, you got to get on board with the reparations. You have to. You have to. Because so many goddamn European countries owe reparations to their black former colonies and their black citizens and the black continents and countries that they invaded and conquered. They owe so much money to them, it's not even funny. Just ask the French, an honest Frenchman, about it. An honest one. It'll be hard to find one, but you can find one and talk about how much motherfucking money they owe the African countries that they colonized. If the American government pays reparations to the former slaves, black people from other parts of the world, you got to realize what kind of precedent that sets. You got to. If the United States pays reparations, check that. When the United States pays reparations to the former slaves in cash payouts, like everybody knows that's what they're supposed to fucking do. When they do that, that's going to set a precedent, and everybody in the Caribbean, in South America, in Africa, everybody, everywhere who's been exploited can demand that they be made whole. So Phil Donahue, Dr. Phil, and anybody who think like him can take a long walk off a short fucking pier. And with that, I'm going to close. Peace. Oh, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as you leave. And help me get my subscriber base up. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 mark. Help a brother out with that. Peace.